We often take our memory for granted, even accepting its deterioration as inevitable, a byproduct of growing old. But the fact is, our ability to remember can be compromised by stress, aging, trauma, illness, and the effects can be devastating. This is the remarkable story of a young elite athlete who lost his memory, the catastrophic effect it had on him, the determination of those who loved him, and the discovery of a remarkable product that gave him back his memory and his life. What he and his family discovered can help everyone, young and old, who suffer the frustrating, often debilitating effects of memory loss.
Hi, I'm Adam Ritson. You might remember me. I used to be a first-grade rugby league player. In April 1996, something happened that changed my life forever.
When this tackle floored him, his career, and almost his life.
It's been reported the 20-year-old is at death's door after failing to overcome complications.
For young Adam, one too many head-high tackles would change his life irrevocably. Following his injury, rugby league administrators took drastic steps to eliminate dangerous head-high tackles. Too late for Adam.
I think he was targeted from the time that he went on the field as a 17-year-old. The opposition was told to get Adam Ritson, get him off the field.
I thought that he was the subject of a lot of hit shots, and I think a lot of those shots went unchecked.
They said Adam's got a cyst and it's caused the problem. But who's to know that the constant barrage of high shots on him hasn't contributed to that injury?
Adam underwent 14 operations on his brain, and doctors didn't expect him to survive, let alone lead a normal life. He spent months in intensive rehabilitation, learning to walk and talk again. But his short-term memory did not return. It seemed nothing more could be done, and Adam's mother, Marianne Ritson, took him home.
And he got to the stage where he was just a vegetable. He couldn't walk or talk or eat or lift his hands or feet. He just couldn't remember anything. You know, and he'd say, what am I going to put on? I'd say, oh, your blue shorts or something. He'd say, what am I going to put on? 5 seconds later. He just couldn't retain anything.
However, there was one person in particular who wouldn't give up on me. And it's thanks to her I can now lead a normal life. Olga Sortel.
In November 1996, the Central Drug Institute of India presented a paper at the World Neurological Conference in Melbourne about a new preparation for an ancient herb called the copra, which had been used for centuries in India for memory enhancement. Could this be what Adam needed? I quickly sourced a supply from India and had it checked by the CSIRO here in Australia so that it wouldn't harm him, and asked his doctors if I could give it to him. They said it wouldn't hurt him, but it would do him no benefit either. And they seemed to have been right. Until we realized that perhaps Adam, being so big, he might need more of the preparation than we were giving him. So I doubled the dose. And within weeks, sitting at a family gathering, all of a sudden there was a new voice in the conversation. We all looked around astonished. It was Adam. Adam, who hadn't said a word in any conversation for ages because he couldn't remember what he was going to say. We were all ecstatic.
Adam continued to take the herbal extract, and the rate of improvement increased. Adam was getting better every day.
However, the doctors and therapists almost convinced us that this was all coincidental. And in fact, we began to believe that until we ran out of supply. And within weeks, Adam started to regress. I had to do something. So I hopped on a plane and went to India to ensure that his source of supply would never dry up.
We're talking about the copra. The copra moniera is a herb traditionally used in India in the system of medicine called Ayurveda. It's also called brahmi, a name applied to a number of plants, and it means brain tonic. There has been a lot of research into brahmi and bacopa by the Central Drug Research Institute of India, and they have found that the root of the plant contains barcosides A and B, and that these compounds have a number of benefits in the brain. They're antioxidant, they improve circulation, and they improve nerve function, especially in memory. So the Institute developed an extract of the root, and that has now been studied by a Nobel Prize-winning scientist, Dr. Robert Furchgott at New York State University, and he has confirmed the Indian findings.
The Furchgott laboratories asked if they could retain the sample for their own testing. What I didn't know then was that they were in the process of discovering the benefits of nitric oxide as a signaling molecule in the cardiovascular system, for which they shared the 1998 Nobel Prize. What they were able to uncover was an insight into why this preparation of bacopa in fact improved memory and helped well-being, by smoothing the lining of blood vessels and improving circulation. But more importantly, by exciting the biological nitric oxide in our bodies, so essential to normal bodily functions.
Used by monks in India for over 3,000 years to stimulate concentration and memory, bacopa is today endorsed throughout the world. Its proponents including Deepak Chopra, an international chess grandmaster, former Indian Prime Minister, and the entertainer Kamal. Its benefits are many.
And I found that it really helped me with my circulation. Over the last 10 years, I've had trouble with my hands and feet, and I found that the bacopa helped me a great deal. It also helped me with my memory. I now can remember where I parked the car and what I have on the shopping list, and I also feel a lot less stressed.
And it really made my life easier, and it gave me a lot more confidence.
I started to remember things. Things were sticking up there. It was phenomenal. I really couldn't believe it. I can remember thinking to myself, I knew study wasn't meant to be that hard. I did my final exam, and amazingly I ranked in the top 4% of students in the country. This is much better than anyone ever expected of me.
I thought they've actually made a very, very remarkable improvement in all my all-round studies at the moment this year.
It's made a huge difference to my memory retention. I used to often go in a room, think, where have I put something? Where am I going today? I'd go up the street, I wouldn't make out a list, and I'd come home with half the things that I should have had, and the rest was still up the street, and it was a real problem. And I thought to myself, I've got nothing to lose by giving it a try, and it's been absolutely amazing.
Hi, I'm Kevin McGee. In 1990, in the American 500cc World Grand Prix, I crashed heavily, hitting my head so hard it demolished the helmet. I was airlifted to hospital to have emergency surgery to remove a blood clot from my brain. After that, I remained in a coma for 2 weeks and on life support as well. Despite making lightning progress in rehab, I soon realised my biggest problem was short-term memory loss. My life was thrown into total chaos. The only memory I had was when I used pen and paper. That was really getting me down. I'd tried everything, even other brahmi products, but nothing helped. I saw the Adam Ritson story on television, was inspired by his results, so I thought I'd give it a try. The results I got were fantastic. Slowly but surely my short-term memory came back. Thanks to this product, I now commentate for Fox Sports on World Motorcycle Racing. Now life's great.
A year after his accident, Adam took his first steps into the football stadium where his life had almost ended and received a hero's welcome. Today, Adam's life has turned full circle. His dreams of a football career have vanished, but Adam has been able to rebuild his life, to enjoy personal responsibility and freedom, to drive a car, start work again, plan for the future, and most importantly, help others who are in need.
My aim in life is to spread the message about how I recovered, because it really did change my life and I've seen what it can do for others. I'm heading a company set up by Olga Sortel to market the product in Australia and worldwide. It's a terrific challenge and I'm really looking forward to it.
Research papers on bacopa and its remarkable benefits have been appearing in medical journals for the last 50 years. Recently, Time magazine devoted an in-depth feature to the emerging scientific and anecdotal evidence that supports its benefits. Adam Ritson, his family and newfound friends have added their voices to this body of scientific research and evidence of traditional use, finding that it helps with memory, concentration, learning, attention span, circulation, stress and anxiety. It also acts as an antioxidant and an adaptogen.